good to be here with you today in our INFP development group. And thank you everyone for your well wishes for our beloved dog Zembo. And also thank you everyone for your support as I'm recreating the 4 People Within full course. It has been amazing. It is amazing. It continues to be amazing. We are at about 60% through recordings, and the old course used to be 5.5 hours long, and this new course is at 60% over 8 hours of recordings already. So I'm very excited to be sharing it with you when it's ready, but also it is incredible how in a couple of years you can deepen your message, you can deepen your sense of kind of experience and really bring it to life and bring a word to paper, so to speak. So that has been amazing from that perspective, and just seeing my own development, and of course most importantly, your development as the students, as the clients. It's such a privilege, truly it is. So we can jump into the questions for today. And the first question is, I'm an INFP who really wants to change my life because I feel like although I have done a lot of development work, the people around me are the same. My friends don't want to hear about anything other than what we have always talked about, the latest celebrity gossip, what's happening in the news, etc. I was thinking about maybe joining a club related to something I'm interested in. I don't want to leave my friends behind, but we aren't close like we used to be. And I feel myself making excuses for not going to places with them. I feel lonely, and when I'm with them, and I feel lonely without them. I am looking for any advice you may have. So, what a fantastic question this is. Thank you for asking it. And this is something that a lot of people, that happens very naturally when, for a lot of us who start to do our personal development journey and start to, look within and start to introspect on things and, things like what we used to think about, gossip, like the celebrity gossip and news and things, you kind of go into this space of, especially with gossip and everything, you go like, I wonder if that's even true. When you start to do your own personal development, you begin to kind of question everything a lot more around you. When you don't do personal development work, you don't really question yourself. And then when you start doing your work, you start questioning yourself, and then you start questioning other people as well. And you start questioning, hey, is this actually what's happening? Am I just coming up with this stuff? Is the gossip really something that could be going on for this person? And if it is, then should we even be talking about this? Are these people entitled to their own lives, their own experiences, and so on? So it's a really interesting kind of a process to look at, even just from your own perspective, when you begin your personal development journey, where you start to lose interest in things like gossip, and you look at news, and you can see how the news channels are kind of trying to get your opinions swayed in a certain direction. The news broadcast situations are often they're designed to get an emotional arousal from you, and you start to see that, and you go, you know what? I don't know that I really necessarily want to subscribe to that anymore, and I see that a lot. So you're definitely not alone with this. Absolutely not alone with this. This is just a normal part of your growth experience. So well done for recognizing it. Now, when it comes to your friends, of course, you feel a certain level of, you're an INFP, so you have a certain level of, loyalty. You have a certain level of kind of thinking that these are your people. And it can be really difficult, and it can be really scary to break away from a group of people, a family of friends, if you like, for the first time. And when you're doing this for the first time, when you realize that perhaps what you're into and they're into is not aligned necessarily, you can kind of feel like, well, I have no place in the world. I feel lonely with this, and I feel lonely when I'm with these people because they don't see things the way I see things. And then at the same time, I don't know that there are other people who can see things the way that I do. And so I just want to say, first of all, this is a tough situation. This is a spot of growth, if you like, very important spot of growth, because this does kind of set you up to become more of who you are as the person that you are. So you're finding more authenticity in your own space. You're finding a more authentic experience for your own life and direction and what you want to do and what you don't want to do going forward. So it's a big deal. Just recognizing that is a big deal. So well done on that. And it's normal to feel lonely in these situations because you don't kind of belong. You don't belong in the old world, and you're not yet established in the new world where, personal development is the norm. And I just want to encourage you to say, hey, you know what? You will find a place where you do belong. There are plenty of groups, for example, here in our INFP development group on Facebook. Bring your conversations here. Start conversations here. We want to hear what you have to say. That's why we're here. We're here to, do our personal development, but also support each other in our everyday life, because everyday life, every situation in life is effectively personal development. Any situation, we grow or we retract in our lives. So don't be afraid to bring yourself more into new spaces, such as perhaps this group. You'll find out the more you start talking about the things that are important to you, that the old people who are interested in you and who are interested in having you in their lives will take an interest in what you're doing. So if you don't have many people doing that, then that just shows that they're just in a different space. And also with new places where you go, you put yourself out there in an authentic way in these new forums. People get to really enjoy you for who you are, and that's a beautiful feeling. But you don't know either one of those things yet because you're not quite there. You haven't, moved away from the old and into the new, so to speak. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't keep in touch with your old friends. What I'm saying is that just like you would like to be acknowledged and loved for exactly as you are, extend that also to your friends, which means that you go and you enjoy some time with them exactly how they are and take interest in, because maybe you can feel up to doing gossip and news for half an hour a week or something. So it doesn't mean that you have to move away from these people completely. It just means that you start to put your energy into spaces that give you energy. So I hope that helps. I'd love to hear from you if that was helpful. And I look forward to hearing that.